Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy Big Gucci Chinos back at it with a brand new commentary video. This one might be a short commentary video, but I just want to give my thoughts about Goten and Trunks and how much of wasted potential they are in Dragon Ball. So I'm not going to waste too much of your time. If you like videos like this, make sure you go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share, click the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. I upload every 2 or 3 days of anime content. So yeah. Let's get straight right into it, man. We already know that, Goten and Trunks are the sons of Goku and Vegeta. And I rewatched the recent, Dragon Ball Z movie that recently came out. And I'm going to say this, like, Goten and Trunks are just wasted potential. Like, and it made me start really thinking about how these two characters haven't progressed over the time of the series. They have no progress in the series. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't grow in strength within the series. Like they haven't got no screen time. They just be background characters that's just drawn in the background. Just to fill in space. And whenever I look at the Dragon Ball movie, I rewatched it recently, like I said, and it just made me think like, why is these two characters so damn weak? Why is these two characters are reduced to gimmick laughs and giggles when they could be easily like one of the top greatest characters of all time, or not even greatest characters of all time, just great characters in general when it comes to strength. We have people over here making fan mangas and shit like that, doing way better writing for these two characters, specifically Goten and Trunks, than the actual writers that writing Dragon Ball. Because sometimes I forget that Goten and Trunks is characters in Dragon Ball because they're not even written in the story. They're just there for whatever reason. If especially if you pay attention to the manga recently, they have been in the manga, but they're not doing nothing fancy. They're not doing anything crazy. They're just there, just being great Saiyamans. If you know how Gohan was way before or let's say before the Majin Buu arc picked up with the tournament, you know what I'm saying? Like, Gohan was the great Saiyaman. And now Goten and Trunks, they're the great Saiyaman 2 and 3. I think that's what it's called. Great Saiyaman 2 and 3. I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong on that, but correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm like, yo, why is they reduced to this? Saying respectfully, we don't give a fuck about Goten and Trunks that much. Sometimes I forget Goten and Trunks is even characters in Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they don't even be appearing to be careable, if that is a word. If that is a word and shit. Because we don't care about Goten and Trunks. They're just there. They have potential to be good, but they're just there for laughs and giggles just to lighten the mood type shit. Like, and just, I don't want to say it, but they're like a Yamcha to this Dragon Ball Z shit. And Yamcha is the lowest of the low. You know what I'm saying? Because there's characters that we don't give a fuck about, like Tien, Yamcha, what else? There's other characters too. You know what I'm saying? But we don't even give a fuck about them. To me, to keep it real, Krillin, I never cared for. I never cared for Krillin, but at least Krillin is kind of strong. He at least, whenever he pulls back up on the battlefield, he want to do that. He can fight. But we don't see Goten and Trunks doing that. Hell, I go even further than that. If you remember watching Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball GT had Goten be the chick magnet for some reason. This nigga was a pimp in the fucking GT universe for some fucking reason. This motherfucker was over here getting women left and right in Dragon Ball GT. If you remember Dragon Ball GT, you're an OG, and you would definitely remember this motherfucker had saying that he can't train, he has to go on a date or some shit. I think he said that to Goku or something like that. Or Bulma or Chi-Chi or something like that. No, I think it was towards the end of Dragon Ball Z or in GT. It was one of those two things. But I was like, man, that's kind of bad. That's trash. You know what I'm saying? That's really trash. And for Trunks, I don't even know or remember what Trunks was doing in Dragon Ball GT, But I do remember him getting destroyed every single time and getting put on the sidelines every single time. Honestly, every character in Dragon Ball GT was like that, including Vegeta, unfortunately. Vegeta had his shine with Super 17, you know what I'm saying? He had a little fight with Super 17. He transformed into Super Saiyan 2. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to fight Super 17, but he fought and he took a L along with Gohan, Majub, Goten and Trunks. You know what I'm saying? They all took L's there. If you know, you know. Goten and Trunks is just like laughing stocks, and they're not even getting stronger. I don't even think they're training. In the manga, they're not training, and the only time that they trained was to learn the fusion technique. And in the movie, in the promotion of the movie, they mainly just teased us about them fusing in the movie. Now, they did fuse, but they didn't fuse correctly because they didn't do fusion in a while, which, I mean, granted, it's understandable because there's peace within the world during that time period, because that whole entire movie is canon towards Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Super. So whenever that you look at Goten and Trunks and they did a promotion for the movie and they did fuse, but they didn't do the fusion right. That's disappointing. That really disappointed me because I want to see Teen Gotenks. I know Gotenks back then, as a child, he was good. Turning Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3. That was fire. You know what I'm saying? For nostalgia reasons, that was fire. That was dope. But whenever that you look at Goten and Trunks as teenagers and they can transform into Super Saiyan and they can easily go ahead and, they can easily go ahead and fuse. The fusion wasn't good, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And I felt clickbaited. Looking back at the movie, I feel like a lot of people should feel like that about the fusion too. You know what I'm saying? It would have been dope. And I really hope that we get that fusion. Teen Gotenks, Teen Gotenks should be, a thing. But clear as day is not. It should be a thing like way later on. It should be a thing way later on in the Dragon Ball series. But that's a whole different video for a different topic. To end it off like this, man, I'm going to just say that Goten and Trunks are weak background characters. They're equivalent to Yamcha and they're equivalent to a Yamcha and a Tien, because we don't care for these characters. Sometimes I forget that they're characters in Dragon Ball Z, to keep it real, or in the Dragon Ball series, bruh. Because whenever that you look at characters like Krillin, you will remember. Yamcha, you will remember him only for the memes, and that's a bad thing. Tien, you probably won't remember, but you'll probably remember him at certain cases, if you see him in Dragon Ball episode or two, And then there's characters that we will always remember, like Goku, Vegeta, future Trunks, Gohan, like any version of Gohan, even future Gohan, which later on this year, I will drop a future Gohan video. I'm not going to spoil it, but I will do a future Gohan video in the near future, giving him his praise and his downfalls, giving him some video credit, But going back to Goten and Trunks, man, Goten and Trunks, they just waste the potential, man. Dragon Ball had a good run with characters, but there's characters that we just don't give a fuck about. Even growing up and rewatching Dragon Ball, there's a lot of characters that we just don't give a fuck about, and Goten and Trunks is one of them. So yeah, that's all I had to say about Goten and Trunks, man. They're just wasted potential characters. I just really wish they could have been way better characters, that I wish they would have been way better characters, They could have been way better characters and all that, but they just fell off after the Majin Buu arc. You know what I'm saying? They fused, that was cool, but they fell off after the Majin Buu arc. So make sure you go ahead, comment, subscribe, share, click the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Comment down below what you think about Goten and Trunks, man, and give me your thoughts. Do you really like them as a character? Do you like Goten and Trunks as a character or characters? Do you like them as characters? Do you don't like them? Tell me what your thoughts is about these two particular characters down below. Make sure you go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share, click the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. And most importantly, you're going to see two of my recent videos on the screen. Make sure you go ahead and click those videos before you click off this video so you can watch those videos and stuff like that. And there will be a playlist of my anime commentaries. So if you haven't saw that whole entire playlist, go ahead and watch that playlist. I put out bangers on there, man. I have a lot of banger commentary videos. If you're interested, go ahead and just, watch them. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, man.